Welcome everybody to the South Hockey Network, live on YouTube, live from Centennial Ice Rink in Wilmette. It is time for the third and final game of group play here in the 54th annual O'Grady tournament. The situation is very simple for the Titans. Win and you're in. Sort of like a faux quarterfinal, for lack of a better term. No tiebreakers will be in effect. A win in any fashion clinches a spot in tomorrow morning's semifinals for Glenbrook South, but they'll be taking on a team that's beaten them 2 out of 3 times this season already, the York Dukes. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network. We thank Glenview Bank and Trust for being our presenting sponsor, as always, keeping these broadcasts possible, alongside Jason Weiss on your scoreboard today and Gerard Boris, our video producer. My name is Dylan Ward, alongside David Ventura, to bring you all the action here. As David, the Titans with a dramatic 3-2 victory over Chicago North last night in Skokie. Asher Vanderplug scored the game winner with 2.7 seconds left. You heard the vocal stylings of Luke Jordan for that one. And you were supposed to hear Luke today, but David, we were up in West Bend calling some junior hockey, but they actually canceled the next game because the snow is really falling here in the Midwest. And if you're here right now in the area or anywhere nearby, you know how bad this blizzard has been. I'm almost surprised they didn't do something with this, but I guess it's a tournament, so you can't really postpone these games.
Yeah, they would have had to postpone every game, quite frankly. But nevertheless, the Titans able to get the win last night, 3-2 in regulation, which is the key there. If that one was in overtime, I'm sure that would have been a little bit of a different story today. And they're playing a team that they've seen 3 times this year already in SHL play. There's not many teams in the SHL that they've seen 3 times this season, but York is one of those teams, so they're looking to redeem themselves here, and even the series split at 2-2.
Yeah, York and Lake Forest, the only 2 teams at this current moment that the Titans have finished the season series with. 17 minutes on the clock. So, David, these 2 teams played in what was the Titans' SHL opening night. The Titans won that game 5-2, but then they played on 2 occasions at Glenview Ice Center. York with a 2-0 shutout in the next game, and then a 5-2 win of their own. So they took the season series from the Titans 2-1, but like you said, in the overall season, Titans trying to tie up play against York 2-2. This is the only neutral site game that these 2 teams have played so far this season. And David, the away team somehow has won all 3 games so far in the season series.
Yeah, Dylan, and GBS looking to also see York in the playoffs as well, maybe state. So we'll see if GBS can set the pace early on in this one and get the first goal. That's going to be a crucial one in this game. Got to imagine the team that scores the first one here is going to ride that momentum and most likely win this one.
Thomas Preston will get the start for Glenbrook South. It's his first game played of the O'Grady tournament. The sophomore will look over to the left side of the rink, and it's Levi Brown in net, the freshman for York. He's had some good numbers since being called up so far in this tournament. He won his only game, 2.0 goals allowed average and an .800 save percentage in his lone appearance. So, David, a freshman versus a sophomore in net for this one.
Yeah, Dylan, and Levi Brown, one of the few goaltenders in the SHL or in the state of Illinois, however you want to draw it up, with below 2 goals allowed average. So we'll see. This is almost going to be a battle of the goaltenders here, but we'll see how each team plays.
The hero last night, Asher Vanderplug, will take the face-off against Ethan Maurer, I should say. And we are underway. Titans win the face-off. Glenbrook South in the white and light blue. York in the all-green look, including their pants. Usually they'll wear black pants with these green jerseys. Here's a shot by Jonah Weiss, and Brown is tested early. He comes up with the save 13 seconds in.
Yeah, early shot on net. Key there, we're getting the replay system. Is the left and the right are messed up a little bit. You see that?
I do not.
So it says right, left.
That is a very good point. So we'll try and get that fixed. That's obviously nothing on your end, just on our end. Spano will send this one down. It'll become an icing, and David, just 26 seconds in, we've already had 2 stoppages.
Yeah, not something you see often, especially in the first couple minutes. I think Gerard heard us. He might be fixing the problem.
And it looks like he just did. Very well done, Gerard. Always quick to make sure we're all good.
So he does listen to us.
Yes, he does. He's got the headphones in while we broadcast. I think he just wants to know what we say about Zach. Titans in the offensive zone. Vanderploeg tries a shot. Blocked and deflected. It goes to Periotti. He plays it off the far boards. Mulvey intercepts and backhands it back down into the zone. Goes right on Levi Brown's net, so it won't be an icing. Just getting started here. Quarterfinal of the O'Grady tournament. The winner of this game will be playing tomorrow morning. It'll all come down to seeding to decide who they're playing. But David, so far in the O'Grady tournament, after yesterday's games, 2 teams have already clinched. That's St. Ignatius and New Trier Green. Both those teams will wrap up play today. So you've got GBS versus York. Winner of this game goes on. Then you've also got going on right now at Heartland, Loyola versus Fenwick. The winner of that game will move on. That game's tied 1-1 in the first period, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then we'll have our 4 semifinalists.
Dylan, both of these games early on, so a lot of room to make some commotion by either side.
Out to neutral ice, Luke Fagan, but taken right back by York. Camposano with Boris pressuring from behind, just forced to dump it in. Pinto. Titans a bit shorthanded today. They have 3 players not in the lineup due to injury. Declan Quinn, who's been out all year. Blake Hoffer and Alex Tutai both resting for this one. So we'll see how creative Jim Philbin gets in terms of the line matchups.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, especially with, given GBS is the home team for this one, so they do get that second change advantage. But hockey's one of those sports where battling injuries is something that gets all teams. And figuring out the line situations is super important. Even changing them up mid-game is another route that coaches tend to go down to try to swing the momentum in their favor.
A slow start to this one, lots of whistles. Titans can't clear it out because it hit the skate of the official. Now Brown makes it back for York. And David, one thing that's interesting about hockey is the officials try their best to get out of the way, and most of the time they do a pretty good job. But because hockey is in an enclosed area with boards, the refs have to always be standing in play as opposed to football where they have the sidelines. Same with basketball and soccer and baseball, of course. So all 4 referees, or in this case 3 here at the O'Grady Cup, are all always on the playing surface, which makes it a little difficult sometimes.
Sorry, Dylan, I was more focused on the York bench.
Ventura with a one-timer.
Screaming for an icing, that probably should have been an icing, but that was the 3rd time now that York has been maybe stiffed on an icing call, you could say.
Turnover right in front. Gumbach with a shot, and Preston makes the save. He hangs on.
Nice save there by Preston, right in the chest protector, so easy stop there for him. As you can see here on the replay, it's just going to gobble it up. Titans turn the puck over, and that's why York's able to get that chance, and right in the chest protector of Preston. But something the Titans are looking to not do the rest of this game is turnovers, because if you're going to turn over the puck, York's going to capitalize on those mistakes.
Jackson Ventura, your cousin David, goes down below the net for Mendoza, who wears the number 71, your former jersey number, David, when you played varsity hockey here at Glenbrook South.
That's a great number.
Yeah, I like it. Knocked into the zone, goes down below the goal line, Brown. And now Sokol in the corner. He's pinned up into the boards by Sanfilippo. Mendoza looks to get it out. Kept alive at the left point, but Preston pressuring. He backhands it out. Charlie Preston and Thomas Preston both available for the first time here at this O'Grady tournament. Intercepted by Pretzi in neutral ice. Has to wait for his teammates to be on side, and he'll send it in. Picked up by Mendoza with a backhand, goes to Ryan Mulvey, now chips it to Weiss. And Asher Vanderploeg can't get it out. Pretzi keeps it alive at the blue line, leaves it. Maurer goes across to the left circle. Here's a shot blocked by Mendoza. Now Spano sends it to the net. Near the blue paint, that one either hit the side of the cage or Preston made the save. And now Asher Vanderploeg chips it out to Owen Cosmeter. Cosmeter with a great assist from behind the net on Vanderploeg's game-winning goal last night against Chicago North. Owen Kosmeter sends it down low below the line. Far side for Finsky. Now Vanderploeg tried to get it back up to the left point. It eventually settled down by Will Fagan, who takes a shot blocked by Anthony Pacenti. Now Will Fagan again, one-timer, and that one nearly trickled by, but it just goes to the right of the cage. Now Vanderploeg again. Titans continue pressuring. Here's a shot blocked by Levi Brown. Now back up to Anthony Pinto. He fires. Save made by Brown. The freshman netminder for York getting his reps in early here in this one, but it stays 0-0 in Wilmette. Will Fagan. Taken away by Fafinski. A grab back by Pinto. Collision there. Spano and Vanderploeg involved. Sent towards the net. Preston makes the save. A pretty easy one.
I heard Gerard say, oh my God, that was almost an own goal.
Wouldn't have been great. Will Fagan now. Now to Zach Boris off the boards. Boris with 2 assists so far in this O'Grady tournament. Zach Boris, his band Starless, performed the national anthem prior to the North-South game on Wednesday night. A great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner and really set the tone for what was a great night in spite of the outcome for Glenbrook South. Always such a great production put on by the board, and you know, it is a game and there is always the chance of losing, and that did happen, but just win or lose, it's always such a great way to celebrate Thanksgiving Eve if you're from either Glenbrook South or Glenbrook North.
It is, and they fundraise money too, so giving back to the community, that's always good to see, and the tradition that hopefully is going to get carried on for many years to come.
And Krulis now, who's got a goal in each of the 2 games of this O'Grady tournament for Glenbrook South. Graham Vanderploeg up to Mendoza. He fires a shot blocked by Salerno and played out to neutral ice, and Brown's got a breakaway. The recipient of that pass takes a shot, and Thomas Preston makes the save. Now Nix from up high scores. So they can't capitalize on the breakaway, but just seconds after, York strikes first with 10:20 to go in the first.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at the behind the net cam on this one. That one goes in on that top right corner. Look at all 3 Titans defenders coming in. All of them are behind 5 York players. So there's only 2 defenders from the Titans standpoint. And if you're York, you're going to capitalize on the 5-on-2. So you need to see a little bit more effort from the Titans on the back check. That's why York was able to get a shot from the point so easily, and it goes in the back of the net. It was 5-on-2 for the span of a couple seconds.
Back underway, Keaton Nix already with his 3rd goal of the O'Grady tournament, averaging a goal per game here for York so far in their 3rd game.
And Dylan, we talked about Glenbrook South not back-checking the way that they should there. Part of that problem is they're too deep in the offensive zone. If you don't score when you're too deep, see York go the other way. They're going to capitalize on those opportunities. So they got to make sure they have at least 1 guy high in the offensive zone.
So now Daniel Sokol boxed out, and Degembe goes to Brown. Brown, who just missed on the breakaway, up for Sanfilippo. He shoots through a maze of bodies, and that one never found the net. Now Charlie Preston, one hand on his stick, tries to knock this one in. Chase behind the net to Buchanan. Will pick the pocket of Pretzi. Couldn't center it. Now a man loses a glove. And out comes Gavin Brown. Sends it down below the goal line, and York will change, as will Glenbrook South. And Ryan Mulvey will lead the charge back up ice. Taken back by York. Kosmeter pressuring. He finds some space, but the puck rolled off his stick, and York clears it back out to the neutral zone once again. Pinto over to Asher Vanderploeg. He's taken down. Back out to the neutral zone again. 5:50 to go here in the first period. That'll be an icing against Glenbrook South. We do have some chats here. Bryce Dickey won. Here we go, Titans. Also adds, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. My lovely girlfriend Michaela says, looking forward to a great game. Hashtag Dylan, no love for you, David. And Bryce Dickey, glad to see you back, Dylan. And go Asher. Good to see you back in the chat, Bryce. Dylan Ward alongside David Ventura. Happy to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon, a snowy Saturday afternoon here in the Midwest, in the Chicagoland area. David, what's normally about a 10-minute drive was more like 25 for me today.
You weren't flooring on the gas pedal?
No.
Oh, you got here safe. That's the key, right?
Yeah. I had all the time I planned ahead for it, and I just kind of went 20 miles an hour, taking no risks.
It's a smart decision.
I mean, David, we talked about it yesterday. You could be the best driver in the world, but when there's a blizzard, I mean, you know.
I'm more looking out for everyone else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea what the guy behind me is going to do.
Now Weiss gets it into the boards, but Kosmeter over the line. Jonah Weiss, left point. York forks it out to the neutral zone. Now Campesano. As for York, a bit of a longer drive for them. They're from Elmhurst. That's the location of York High School. So for them, I would have to imagine in the snow, probably north of an hour drive here to Centennial. Weiss with a shot from the top of the left circle. That's held on to by Brown. We get a whistle.
Another shot there by the Titans. You can see there, Titans just trying to create some offensive zone pressure. We'll take a look at the behind the net cam, but it's a smart decision there by Weiss to just throw it on net. Didn't really have much support there. I think the Titans got to do a better job of playing well without the puck, creating passing lanes, opening themselves up. Right now, their best opportunity is just a basic shot on net, and that's not going to get past the goaltender Brown, especially with this goals allowed average under 2.
Shots on goal, 6-4 in favor of the York Dukes. Mendoza comes across. McCrulis sends it back up high. Ryan Mulvey scored from that exact spot yesterday. Tries again. That one missed the net. Now Teddy McCrulis. 3 goals so far in this tournament. Scored 2 against the Bennett Red Wings. Also scored last night against Chicago North. So a 3-goal day for him, even though it was split amongst 2 games. Now Passion brings it ahead. York might have a 2-on-1 here. Passion with Campesano. He blew a tire, and the Titans get a break. But now Campesano turns around, just misses the top right corner, I should say. And now Graham Vanderplug out to Zach Boris. Campesano takes it back into the zone for the Dukes. Centers at Passion. Here's a shot. Save made by Preston, and he'll hold on to that one.
Nice play there by Campesano. You can see York trying to catch GBS in a change. They actually almost do that. You can see there on the right side of your screen a couple GBS players changing. York trying to catch him in the change. The shot out in front ends up going in the chest protector of Preston. So he's able to make an easy stop there.
Now to Buchanan. Off the near boards finds Jackson Ventura. Across the blue line, left wing side, centered it. Now back up high, Pinto. He will fire. And that didn't go. I think it might have gotten a piece of the blocker, maybe the knob of the stick, David, of Levi Brown.
I was thinking the knob of the stick, but listen, when you get to watch a behind the net replay, you're still offsides. When you get to watch a behind the net replay, it's going to be a lot easier to see.
Yeah, well, we'll do that at our next whistle. Gumbach brings it across. He's hitting to the board by Will Fagan. Goes down low to Buchanan. Plays it to Fagan. Now sent out to the neutral zone. Grabbed back by York. Roberto Salerno will fire it in. Punched out to the neutral zone and picked up by Daniel Sokol. He'll come across the line. They get around Salerno, but it's taken back by DeGembe. And out to neutral ice to Buchanan will fire it in. Titans will change the forwards. 1-0 to the Dukes. Keaton Nix with his 3rd goal of the O'Grady tournament is the lone tally. Here at Centennial Ice Rink. 3rd game for the Titans on this ice surface this week, David. They played here Wednesday night in the SHL regular season. And Friday afternoon, actually still morning, it was 11:20 a.m. when that puck dropped against Bennett. Now here against York. And they're hoping to play a couple more games here. Vanderplug chasing after the puck, hit O'Leary into the boards. Now Owen Kosmeter. Back up to Luke Fagan. He tries a shot. right there sitting, and Vanderploeg couldn't get a second look. And it's played out to the neutral zone.
Titans trying to get pucks through from the point. I was almost looking to see if they get that puck over to the weak side defenseman, but likes to shoot the puck, and that puck's going to go out of play. It almost gets through a maze of bodies, but that's up a little bit too high for that to occur.
Let's see if we can see exactly how this one was stopped by Brown. I think this is the one we're looking for.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's the knob of the stick.
Great pickup by you there, David. 1-0 the score. A penalty-free game so far. Winner of this game moves on to the semifinals. That'll be tomorrow morning at 9:10 a.m. at either Centennial right here or at American Heartland Ice Arena.
So since you said penalty-free game, does that mean there's going to be one in the next minute?
Probably. Here, let me rephrase that.
GBS.
York has not had a penalty in this game so far, so
That's better.
If that helps out. Boris gets it out. Graham Vanderploeg instead. It's brought in by Luke Fagan. Now Boris takes a shot. That one deflects over to the far side corner. Vanderploeg trying to keep it in the zone, but it's brought ahead by York. Passed up to Maurer, but taken away by Mendoza. He takes a big hit against Spano, and there's going to be a penalty against Jimmy Spano for roughing.
Yeah, and then there's some fans yelling after that one, but the puck is there, but there's no intention to play the puck, and he throws his hands up. You can see right there.
Yeah.
So not sure what they're yelling about. That's a clear penalty. Hey, listen, if you're, we'll take one more look at it. But if your hands are down, then it's fine because the puck's right there. But his hands go up. That's going to be Spano. I said the puck wasn't there, but he had the puck, so I lied about that. But his hands did go up, so that's why there was a penalty on that.
So Spano now as the team leader in penalty minutes so far at this O'Grady tournament with number 5 and 6. Titans go to the power play. A big opportunity here to level this game, David. But it's cleared out by York. Chased after by Hayes. He tries for a shorthanded chance, but that one stopped by Thomas Preston.
Titans got lucky there as Hayes had Brown on his left. 2-on-1 essentially on the penalty kill. The Titans need to do a better job of sustaining some pressure as they're finally able to enter the zone.
Asher Vanderploeg still with it. Back up to Ryan Mulvey. Asher Vanderploeg again. Finds Will Fagan, who lets one fly, and that's blocked by York. He got all of that one, David.
He did, but that one-timer ends up just way too high. Now York's able to easily break the puck out of the zone. Got to keep him low. It's a lot easier to get it through the legs than it is those chest protectors. Chest obviously a lot harder to get the puck through.
And Brown tries for a shorthanded bid. Keaton Nix, the lone goal scorer, will send it down.
Dylan, when we talk about power play here, it's all about setting it up and getting good shots. More just look like a one-timer, trying to see if that can get through a maze of bodies. But on the power play, you got to set up and get good opportunities.
Oh. Will Fagan breaks the ankles of one. He'll try the shot. That's blocked by Pacenti. Now Vanderploeg back up to the captain, Ryan Mulvey, with a shot, and it wouldn't find its way through a maze. Now Asher Vanderploeg goes to Cosmeter, tough angle, and I believe Brown gets a slight piece of that one, sending it up and out of play.
Yeah, that one gets deflected. We're actually going to go back to the Fagan shot from the point. Actually, I don't think it was Fagan, but he moved. Yeah, it was him. He gets right there and makes a nice move. Instead of moving that over to the weak side, tries to go through York body. So York's able to block that shot. I think that's part of the problem the Titans are having on the power play is they're setting up, but they're taking some shots that probably shouldn't be shots like right there.
Now right in front, Vanderploeg, backhander by Boris. Stopped by Levi Brown. He'll hang on again.
Puck finds the way to the center of the slot, finds the stick of Boris. He tries to shove a backhander on net. Ends up finding the chest protector of Brown, keeping this game at 1-0 York.
100 seconds here in the first period. Luke Fagan can't keep it in at the blue line. And it's chased back after as Spano comes out of the penalty box. He'll go to the bench in exchange for a new player. Digembe, and we are back underway.
Some opportunities there by the Titans on the power play, but they do have a lot to fix. Now, Dylan was talking about the injuries prior to this one, so it's not the normal power play unit. But if you're looking at it from a power play standpoint, there's definitely some things they need to clean up there.
Blake Hoffer and Alex Tutai alongside Blake Hoffer unavailable for this one. Then, of course, Declan Quinn's injury that's kept him out the entire season thus far. Getting closer to returning to the ice is the junior Quinn, but still some time to go. Recovering from an ACL surgery. Now right in front, Pinto from the left circle sends it deep. Zach Boris picks it up. Below the goal line, sends it out in front, but it's intercepted by Jack Passion. 40 seconds to go in the first period. Passion will fire this one deep. Chase after his own puck. Center it looking for Camposano, but McCrulis got in the way. Now Boris looking for Vanderplug. Graham Vanderplug, that is. Now Hayes. Up to the circle. They try a shot. Now Passion has it. Low slot. Cuts to the left circle. Jack Passion below the line. Leaves it for Hayes from behind the cage. 4 seconds left. He tries a shot. Save made by Preston. Then he made a second save, and the buzzer sounds. So 2 stops by Thomas Preston, keeping it a 1-goal lead for York.
Yeah, nice back-to-back saves there by Preston. He gets the first one up in the chest protector. Second one with that right pad. Those are big ones there as the puck just bounces over the stick of Passion. He was almost able to score with a couple seconds left.
So 1-0 the score in favor of York here in this winner-take-all quarterfinal, pretty much for all intents and purposes. Dylan Ward and David Ventura with you. Score update from American Heartland Ice Arena. Loyola is leading Fenwick 3-2. So that game is close, as those two teams also fighting for that 4th and final spot in the semifinals. New Trier Green and St. Ignatius have already both clinched. And David, those two teams played in the championship last year, a game that went to 5 overtime periods before Iggy won it on a goal from Charlie Jeremy, who is one of their returning players this year. So St. Ignatius is going to try and win this thing 3 years in a row if they can win their semifinal game and move on.
Yeah, and the Titans looking to be one of those teams in the championship. Obviously, they got some work to do. I think if we go back and look at the first period, some of the things that kind of jump out is rush shots from the point. And they have open bodies in front, and also some blind centering attempts. See guys below the goal line centering pucks out in front, and there's no Titans player in the vicinity there. So those are some key things to look out for. I wouldn't be surprised if York finds a way off of a Titans blind centering pass out in front to go the other way at 2-on-1 and score one in the back of the net.
Jason Weiss on your scoreboard today. Gerard Boris, our video producer. Dylan Ward and David Ventura with you with the headsets on. Happy to have you with us on this Saturday, start of the second period. As we have switched sides, Titans in the white going from left to right, and York in green going from right to left. York wins the faceoff, and we're underway in the second. Keaton Nix with your lone goal here in this one. Here's Camposano into the zone, couldn't get around Ryan Mulvey.
Nice stick there by Mulvey.
And now Graham Vanderplug trying to take advantage of Pacenti blowing a tire. Here's a shot. That one didn't miss by much off a deflection. And it's sent out of the zone. Here comes Jack Passion. He lifts it in. Trying to get around Fagan.
On.
Interference.
Yeah, Dylan, that's a clear interference call. Take a second look at it, but that's an easy call for the official there. And now the Titans are going to go to the kill. Pucks in deep. 1, 2. Well, obviously we're in 25 speed, but when you go out of your way to interfere with the player, that's going to be an easy call for the officials. And we're going to get our first look at York's power play and Titans penalty kill this game.
All Titan penalty kills on the South Hockey Network are sponsored by Hannah Vanderplug Trial Attorneys. A big opportunity for York to double their lead. Titans need a big kill, maybe a shorthanded goal, David. We'll see. Spano off the face-off win goes to Pretzi. Now down to left circle. Pretzi gets it back up high. Gavin Brown look to center it. Getting in the way of that pass was Luke Fagan. Now the captain, Ethan Maurer. Up to Pretzi. Now over to Spano. Sent back up high. Shot, and they score. Deflected in.
Spano was the guy to watch out for on this York power play. I was going to say that, but you could just tell they set up a lot better in GBS's power play, and it's got 3 in SHL play. We'll see if that makes its way out in front. You're going to get a behind the net look. That one, I mean, there's just so much traffic out in front.
David, I want to look at this angle as well.
I like that angle too. We'll see. Actually, we'll have a better idea if that gets tipped out in front. But there's 3 players in front of Preston that are screening. Look, they got 2 York guys out in front. It's actually his own guy. I think gets the majority of the screen there, but it didn't take York very long to capitalize on their power play, 26 seconds. So penalty the Titans didn't need to take. Ends up putting York up 2-0 in this one.
Titans looking to stay alive with a victory, David. This Glenbrook South team is usually a pretty good tournament team, but David, for whatever reason, the Titans always seem to struggle in the O'Grady tournament without making it to the semifinals since 2010. That's 15 years.
Yeah, Donald's used quizzing me before. So what year did the Titans last make it out of the pool?
Your uncle said it was
2018.
your senior year, but it was not.
Well, we like to think about things positively, right?
Yep. And Glenbrook South had a pretty poor team for many years there until, I would say, probably about right around after the pandemic is when the Titans really asserted themselves as a top 10 program in the state of Illinois consistently. Man's taken down there by Mendoza, and he's going to go to the box. And York, who's 1 for 1 on the power play, is going to have another chance.
Yeah, we're not going to take a look at the behind-the-net cams. Take a look at the main one because it didn't get caught by the behind-the-net cams. You can see Mendoza trips up a York player. Quite frankly, another easy call for the officials as he gets the stick tied up in the skates, and the York is not a team you want to set in the power play. Now, what I wanted to say on the first one is you got to watch Spano here. He's going to be on that right defensive side. He knows how to get pucks through to the net. Not only that, but he does a very good job of picking the corner. So if you're the Titans, he's going to be the guy to watch out for. He's one of the sharpshooters on this York power play.
All penalty kills sponsored by Hannah Vanderplug Trial Attorneys. Titans do get this one out to neutral ice, and Luke Fagan absorbs a check, is able to clear the zone.
Not only that, but York's going to have number 24, Brown, William Brown, in that bumper spot right in the middle. He's a big guy. You can see how much taller he is than most of the guys out here on the ice. So he's going to be a guy that Titans are going to have to clear out in front of the net.
Brown brings it across, being pressured by Luke Fagan, sends it back up to Spano, right point. Now Brown back for Spano, down to Pretzi. Christopher Pretzi goes to the captain, Ethan Maurer. Now Pretzi again. Left side goes across for Spano. Now Brown takes a shot, stopped by Preston, and he'll hang on.
A nice save there by Preston. I think I was mistaken. Actually, it's going to be 77 Gavin Brown that they put in front of the net.
This team has 3 Browns. That's only 2 families, by the way.
And actually, I think GBN, yeah, because there wasn't much commotion out in front of the net. So I think they're hoping that Brown tries to cause a little bit more commotion and screen out in front of the net. So they keep the same unit out there. We'll see how it looks from their perspective.
Brown up to Pretzi, left point. Down to Brown again. Goes to Spano. Now Christopher Pretzi looking for a lane. Jimmy Spano one more time. Shoots, and that deflects wide. Kept alive by Brown. Goes down low for Maurer. Taken away by Ryan Mulvey. He can't clear. Pretzi. Now Maurer. Behind the net. Thinks about it. We'll go to Brown with it now. Maurer gets it back. Spano up high. Brown, Spano one-timer, and that one wouldn't go. Lots of speed on that shot, but it goes wide, maybe off a deflection. 20 seconds to go on the power play.
I think that hit off the stick of Gavin Brown in front. To the benefit of the Titans there.
Maurer. Up to Brown. Now below the line. Brown again. Here's a shot by Brown. William Brown, that is. It wouldn't go.
Yeah, that one goes
William
wide.
24, Gavin 77.
That one goes wide, and because the penalty was ending, Pretzi had to go out in the neutral zone, so that one's able to escape the zone rather than York keeping that puck in.
Now fired down the other way. It's going to be icing against the Titans with 12:55 to go in period number 2.
Dylan, that was one of those things we kind of talked about after the first period was Titans need to be a little bit more patient with the puck instead of making those rush plays. That one right there, one of those rush plays, and now the York Dukes are going to go back to the offensive zone, which is what they've seen a lot here in the second period.
Titans and Dukes for the 4th time this season. This is not SHL regular season, of course. This is the O'Grady tournament. So this game will not count for or against Glenbrook South in the SHL standings. York took 2 out of 3 in the Scholastic Hockey League regular season this year against the Glenbrook South Titans.
Move the puck.
Now Tubuchanek brings it up. Onside, takes a shot. That one's stopped by Brown. He deflects it up into the netting.
And we'll take a look at that from the behind the net, but nice play there by Brown to angle his stick up towards the ceiling so that puck goes up and out of play.
David, don't be shy to show these PTZ replays as well. I think that would have been a good angle of that one. We'll just let it run real quick. We'll get back to live action in a moment. We'll let this play out, but...
No, I forget about that.
Yeah.
I can't forget about it. I mean, Gerard spent all that time to set it up.
Exactly.
You know, I got to utilize it.
Exactly. Tubuchanek now. Up to the neutral zone. O'Leary swipes it to the far side. Sokol. Out to Ventura. Nice pass, but just beyond the reach of Sokol. And it's sent down the other way by York. Jackson Ventura backhands it out to the neutral zone. Picked back up by the Dukes. Intercepted by Luke Fagan on the dump in. Now Ventura comes across the line, right wing side. Down below the line, Charlie Tubuchanek. Weiss. And Fagan keeps it alive. Luke Fagan, that is. Now goes down low. Pacenti goes over to Sam Filippo, and it comes outside the zone. Ryan Mulvey has to just lift this one back in. Brown. Can't get by Vanderplug. Digembe back for O'Leary. Knocked off the puck, but now Sanfilippo sends it back into the York zone. Digembe deflects it in.
Yeah, I was trying for the touch pass there, but he almost whiffs on it. Thankfully for him, he was able to just touch it enough so it's not icing.
Now Piriotti, left point, fires a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Centering pass wouldn't go, and it's intercepted by Zach Boris. Boris comes across the line. He'll let one fly, and that's gobbled up by Brown.
And that was a 3-on-2 chance there for the Titans. He elects to shoot that puck. I like to see the Titans try to create some offensive zone pressure, especially when there's 3. You heard it from the bench. Actually, I'm not quite sure if the microphone picked it up, but the Titans yelling 3-3, 3-on-2. Looking to set up a little bit more in the offensive zone.
David, the Oak Park River Forest Huskies right now, currently up 3-1 on Glenbrook North in their final game of group play. Loyola Gold up 4-2 against Fenwick. The winner of that game will advance to the semifinals. Winner of this game will also advance to the semifinals, joining New Trier Green and St. Ignatius. And York in the driver's seat right now, up 2-0 over the Glenbrook South Titans. Now Owen Cosmeter looked to send that one down to the doorstep for Vanderplug, but he was just a couple strides behind it. And now it's poked out the other way. The speed of Vanderplug will get there first, but now here's a shot by Brown. Commotion down near the goal line, but the puck eventually will stay out of the net, and it's cleared out to neutral ice by the Titans.
York almost able to capitalize on an opportunity there. 2 guys hustling. Thankfully for the Titans, the puck goes beyond the goal line, so they're unable to bat it in from behind the net.
Delayed offside, the York guy pressuring.
And not only that, Dylan, that York was delayed offside. You could hear everyone yelling. Mendoza fires the puck. If he just lets him pressure him and let him touch the puck, it's offsides, goes all the way in the York defensive end. It's one of those where you got to be patient.
One of those high hockey IQ plays. Mendoza, number 71. Back for number 14, the captain, Ryan Mulvey. Down to the neutral zone, O'Leary sends it back in. Taken by Mendoza. Plays it to the near side for Ryan Mulvey. Kept alive by O'Leary, left point. Fires a shot on Preston. He turns it aside. And
the Titans catch a break. Yeah. That was another one where the Titans, again, just firing the puck like it's a bomb almost. And they catch a break because that hits the linesman's skates.
Would have been an icing. We're halfway through regulation time here. You can hear Jason Weiss making a comment about how they can't get out of their zone.
Yeah, well, he is right.
Look out. Preston will hang on to that one.
My goodness. I don't even know what to say about that one. I guess we'll just let everyone watch it at this point. I mean, it hits Mendoza's. He goes to grab it. Thankfully, Preston was paying attention.
2-0 the score in favor of York. The second goal, by the way, officially credited to Jimmy Spano, assisted by William Brown and Gavin Brown. That first goal by Keaton Nix in the books as unassisted.
Yeah, Spano, he's got a lot of points on the year. Not only that, he's got 3 goals in SHL play. I know you got the tournament numbers, Dylan.
Yeah,
but
that would be his second goal of this tournament.
And actually he's not a defenseman. They put him there on the
penalty as Ventura draws a penalty, and the Titans are going to the power play with 8 minutes to go in the second.
Yeah, we'll see if we catch it here. The Titans had 1 look today at the power play. And there it is right there. And the stick gets tied up on Ventura. I'll see if I can catch the number there. 18. That's going to be Camposano. That's going to go to the box for tripping. So Glenbrook South going to the power play.
They're 0 for 1. Big opportunity here.
Not the prettiest of first power plays, but it's all about getting feedback from the coaching staff and utilizing that feedback on this one. So we'll see what they can do here.
Big opportunity to tie this game up. Get within 1. Fagan. Down to Cosmeter. Now Ryan Mulvey. Near side, and it's sent out of the zone by Fafinski, and Luke Fagan in the neutral zone goes back for Asher Vanderplug. Brings it over the line. Vanderplug taken away by York, and they will send it.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the Titans set that up there. Also, keep in mind, York plays a different style on the penalty kill. They use the 2 offensemen to really make sure the Titans are going to have a hard time entering the zone. You can see right there, they're rushing 2 guys. So it forces Glenbrook South to dump in, and the zone entry just becomes a huge problem, and then a puck gets cleared the other way. So watch, it's going to happen again when the Titans enter the zone. They're going to rush 2 guys. There they go.
Yeah. It's a great pickup by you there,
So now the Titans have no choice but to dump the puck in.
Ryan Mulvey does just that. Vanderplug. Now Cosmeter. Luke Fagan keeping it alive left point. Cosmeter's taken down near the boards, and it's cleared out by Spano. Preston gives it to Asher Vanderplug. Vanderplug gives it up, and fanning on the shot was Spano. Nearly a disaster for the Titans, but they're bailed out. Let's see if they can come score. Vanderplug. Now Luke Fagan with a shot blocked by Brown. Ryan Mulvey. Back up to Fagan, touches it down to the circle. Vanderplug one-timer, and Boris was right in front of the net. Nearly got a deflection on it.
Oh, I thought that was going to hit Boris's stick and go in.
And how about that glove save by Declan Quinn?
Yeah, we'll take a look at this one, as I thought that was going to hit the stick of Boris and go in the back of the net. He was going for a redirection out in front. It just hits the chest protector of Brown. We'll actually take a look from this side, too. That might be better. This is way better than behind the net, quite frankly. I think just might have hit his stick briefly, but it doesn't end up in the back of the net, and York's going to kill off yet another penalty.
Yeah, they're 2 for 2 on the kill now against Glenbrook South. The score stays 2-0 in favor of York. Keaton Nix and Jimmy Spano with your 2 goals so far.
Dylan, and York's penalty kill is strong. You got to figure teams know it's coming with the 2 guys rushing, but still they do it.
Now Nix gets around Mendoza.
I don't think I've seen Dylan laugh that much on the broadcast before. That's offsides.
I'm not sure if you could hear Jason Weiss through our microphones, but he had some choice reactions there.
Well, you were saying choice like they were bad words. There was nothing bad about what he said.
Yeah, but just funny. 5:23 to go here in the second period.
You know, Centennial has a nice echo to it.
Yeah, especially when there's no music playing.
That's right.
You can really hear it. Mendoza fanned on that one. Grabbed back by Degembe. He comes across, leaves it. Sanfilippo with a shot. That one missed the net. Final 5 minutes of the second period now. Sokol will send it down. Won't go far enough for icing. Pacenti plays it back along the boards for Sanfilippo. Now brought out by the Dukes. Brown comes over the line. Can't get around 2 Titan defenders. Mulvey and Mendoza. Braden Mendoza. Down to the neutral zone. Sokol. Back for the captain, Mulvey. Piriotti. Given up to Mendoza in the neutral zone. He will fire it down. Pacenti. Kept alive Luke Fagan left point. Titans just looking for something here. They haven't found a goal yet in this one. Luke Fagan tries a shot. That gets blocked. And now here comes York the other way. Piriotti over the line. Fires it down below the line. Swooping in there is Asher Vanderplug to play it out to McCrulis waiting at the blue line. Teddy McCrulis down to Tubuchanik. And Tubuchanik trying to pull that one to his forehand, but he could not. Now Asher Vanderplug. Oh, look out. Tubuchanik changes, but there was no replacement back on the ice yet, so that won't be too many men. You've got some locker room music going on now.
Yeah,
Boy,
you
they
can
have
see
a
right
pretty
there.
Powerful speaker.
Yeah, they do. McCrulis was looking for a passing lane. You had 1 Titan too low. Oh, thought there was going to be a penalty there, but again, still too low. McCrulis has no passing options.
Now Asher Vanderplug. Goes to Cosmeter. Owen Cosmeter. Must-win game for the Titans if they want to stay alive here in the O'Grady tournament. Pass it back up to the point while the team was changing, and that allows York to bring it right back the other way. Here's Ethan Maurer with a shot. Save made by Preston.
This is why communication is important.
Titan taken down into the boards. That's going to draw a penalty. Luke Fagan draws the call, so delayed call. And finally, York touches up. So with 2:41 to go here in period number 2, Titans are going to have their 3rd opportunity on the man advantage, but they're 0 for 2.
Titans looking for a little different result here on the power play. Not sure if I caught it in time. Well, I guess I did. But he's going to get called for elbowing. Well, quite frankly, that was a little bit of a jump. But that's Campasano again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Campasano's going to go to the box. I want to take one more look at this because the official call is elbowing. But he kind of does leave his feet a little bit. Anyway, I almost fell. Glenbrook South is going to go to the...
I'm not sure if we're going to get it, but let's see if we
Let's
catch
see if
anything.
it's there. Because you can't leave your feet on the hit.
No, it's going to be off camera.
It is going to be off camera. But the official call is elbowing. Oh.
Here's Cosmeter off a face-off win. Shoots and scores! Owen Cosmeter with a power play goal gets the Titans on the board. And it's a 2-1 game.
And how about that? It didn't take long for the Titans to get on the scoreboard. Didn't take much of the penalty, quite frankly, either. As the Titans win the face-off, you see Cosmeter just has to make a move around 1 York defender, and he beats Brown on the glove side. Get a look at the PTZ cam.
PTZ still moving over, just in time to catch that angle.
And quite frankly, Dylan, I think Brown would probably want that one back. I think for him, that's probably a save that he has 9 times out of 10. But Cosmita with the quick release. That goes in the back of the net. All of a sudden, Glenbrook South's in this game. A little bit of the momentum swinging their way, too, especially with, I would say, how frustrated the bench and some of the fans have been with how they've been playing this game.
Owen Cosmeter gets his first goal of the O'Grady tournament, adding to his 2 assists, so he's now at 3 points. Teddy McCrulis leading the way with 4 points, in case you're curious. 3 goals and an assist for him. And David, you know, I've mentioned this before on the broadcast with you, but being down 2-1 feels like such a bigger difference than 2-0. It feels like more than just 1 goal difference.
Yeah, because you know that you've already put one in the back of the net and you're capable of doing it again. Regardless if it was on the power play or not, they've already cracked the goaltender, Brown. Now they feel like they can do it again.
2:04 to go here in the second period. Face-off win for York. O'Leary sends it down. Big goal for the Titans. And if they can get 1 more before this period ends, boy, would that go a long way. Pinto over the line, right wing side. Puck up against the boards. Grab free. Back up to Luke Fagan. He tries a shot, that one blocked. Now sent to the net once again by McCrulis, or pardon me. Oh no, that was McCrulis. But it gets sent all the way back down the other way. No icing as it slows down. Now Pinto. Skates through the neutral zone. Anthony Pinto tipped in by McCrulis. O'Leary will get there for the York Dukes. Play it out to Brown. And sent out to neutral ice, it finds Gumbach. He's got some space, takes a shot, and a big save made by Thomas Preston.
You can see there York had a really easy time breaking out of the zone. You had 2 Titan wingers on the boards. So York's going to have no problem breaking out. They almost capitalized on that mistake there by the Titans.
Brown takes a shot. That one goes into the far side corner. Now McCrulis. 45 seconds to go. Teddy McCrulis. Now to the neutral zone. Cosmeter tipped it along, but it's taken back by O'Leary. Now Gumbach deflects it in. Luke Fagan there to grab it. Plays it out to the neutral zone once again. Your lone goal scorer for the Titans right there, number 22 in white, Owen Cosmeter. Now Luke Fagan. Vanderplug, touchback for Ryan Mulvey. Now 20 seconds to go here before the teams go to the locker room. Winner take all game here in the O'Grady Cup, pretty much quarterfinals. Nick's back in his own zone. And York will play keep away, and that's going to take us to the end of period number 2. So after 34 minutes, the score, York 2, Glenbrook South 1. Shots on goal in favor of the Dukes, 18-11. In that second period, the Dukes outshot the Titans 9-4. And Glenbrook South gets a huge goal towards the end of that second period there on the power play by Owen Cosmeter. And still got a lot of game left here, David.
There is a lot of game left, Dylan, and keep in mind Glenbrook South has a little bit of a short bench, so they're more or less running on 3 offensive lines. So we'll see how their stamina holds up in this third period.
In case you're curious, Loyola Gold leading Fenwick right now 5-2 at American Heartland Ice Arena. Winner of that game will go on to the semifinals. Dylan Ward alongside David Ventura saying don't go anywhere. We'll be back for third period action in hopefully 10 minutes, David. The game before this one, the Zamboni broke down during the intermission, and it was really about a 30-minute intermission, so hopefully we'll be back sooner than that. We'll see you for the third period right here on the South Hockey Network. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Third period, getting ready to go here. Dylan Ward and David Ventura alongside Jason Weiss on your scoreboard and Gerard Boris, our video producer. Win or go home for the Titans here. The York Dukes sprung out to a 2-0 lead with goals from Keaton Nix and Jimmy Spano before the Titans got back within one on the power play. Owen Cosmeter over in the other winner-take-all game. Loyola Gold up 5-2 against Fenwick, so they're looking like they're going to make the semifinals. Some interesting scores. OPRF up 4-1 over Glenbrook North right now. And then how about New Trier Blue and St. Ignatius Varsity 1 tied 3-3. So some interesting results. But this game and the Loyola Fenwick game, the only two that have implications. We're underway here in period number 3.
Well, we like to say that this game being the only one that matters.
Right.
To us.
To us. That's a good point. Here's Campasano, goes across Hayes with a shot, and that one wouldn't go. A quick test for the Titans defensively, but York couldn't bury it.
Man, are they lucky, especially considering the fact that York missed the net there. And now I just made Dylan stand up on the ledge because I'm on the ledge.
That's right. A little better vantage point up here.
That makes me look taller.
There you go. Now Periotti.
Ice is still very wet.
Yeah, it is. Lots of puddles out there. Campasano down below the line. Pacenti taken away by Vanderplug. Graham, that is. Hayes sends it all the way down.
That's on net.
Right on net, so no icing. Good pickup by you there, David. You called that while it was still a neutral ice.
Go down.
Bafinski on the right wing side fires on Preston. He makes the save, juggles it, but will eventually glove it.
Yeah, we'll go back to the chance that the York Dukes had early on in this one. You can see right here, 2-on-1 right off of the face-off and just missing the net. Actually gets a little shove as well, too. Take a look at the PTZ cam. Oh, Gerard won't let us take a look at the PTZ. Oh, it's okay. Gerard's apologizing to me, but you know,
Gerard,
it's okay.
You know
we
what?
got a good luck. He doesn't need to apologize.
Gerard, we'll let it slide this time, but make sure it never happens again.
Yeah, otherwise you got to buy us a steak dinner.
Yeah, right.
Steak dinner. From
Chicago Cut.
Actually, I couldn't care where it's from.
Same place Jack Hughes broke his hand on some glass.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about. Let him touch it. Let him touch it. There you go. There you go.
Offside there. 15:27 to go here in the third period. No music here at Centennial Ice Rink.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking.
There you go.
Saying things I wouldn't normally say on a broadcast.
Yeah. I know Sam Schwartz will be in attendance for tomorrow's championship battle at 3:45 p.m.
You know, it's when there's no music, it almost ruins the vibe of the game.
Yeah.
You know, I almost don't care
there was
what
no music for the first
playing.
2 periods of the North-South game because Starless, the national anthem band, blew out the speakers as a man's taken down. Far side corner, that was Cosmeter. Now Pinto backhands it out to the neutral zone. Asher Vanderplug brings it over the line. Vanderplug takes a shot, stopped by Brown. That close to tying the game. Vanderplug, the hero last night, scored with 2.7 seconds left to give the Titans a 3-2 lead, and they held on to that score. Here's a shot from way up high, and they score! Anthony Pinto let it fly, and it ties the game. 2-2.
How about that shot there by Anthony Pinto? Look at that camera work there by Gerard. Never disappoints. Take a look at the behind the net cam, then we'll go to the PTZ. McCrulis, actually even before that, he had 2 Glenbrook South players way too low, so his only option is to go up to the point. Actually benefits the Titans there. Here's our PTZ cam.
Goes off Spano, 65. Yeah, I think it does deflect off him. So that's Anthony Pinto's goal, all right. Left point shot. And it's tied 2-2. The York Dukes went up to a 2-0 lead.
I'm going to the PTZ cam. I think it was Pretzi. Or is it Spano?
Well, I think it's off camera, but I think it was Spano.
Okay.
All right, so we've got a new game. 2 goals on 13 shots for the Titans.
High stick. Let him touch it. Let him touch it. Oh, my God.
Waved off by the official. And out to neutral ice it goes. Now Brown racing after the puck. Trying to get ahead of Mendoza. He could not. Now out to neutral ice and fired back deep. No ties in this tournament, David. We will play overtime and shootout if needed. Breda Mendoza. Titans just in time on that change. Here comes Zach Boris, goes over to Jonah Weiss. Weiss down the right wing side, sent it back up to the right point, but nobody there. It's intercepted anyway by York, and they'll play it out to the neutral zone. Gumbach deflects it in.
Yeah, again, two Titans supporting offenders. Jonah had the puck there too low. Doesn't give him any options. The defensemen were changing. That's why no one was at the point.
Titans looking to advance to the semifinals of the O'Grady tournament for the first time since 2010. Will Fagan with a shot. That deflects wide of the net. Winner of this game will take the semifinal spot, joining New Trier and St. Ignatius and most likely Loyola as they lead 5-2 against Fenwick. Graham Vanderplug out to Jonah Weiss. He plays it off the near boards and down. Winning the race to the puck is Periotti. Now to the far side, Brown. Tried to clear it out. Now he'll play it off the far boards and out. Anthony Pacenti fires a shot that's blocked by Will Fagan. Twin brother Luke, far side, will grab it back for the Titans. Plays it out to the neutral zone. Now Hayes.
Oh my God.
He's taken down. That's going to be a penalty against the Titans. Backhand shot hits the side of the cage, and McCrulis touches up. So York going to the power play here in a tie game.
Yeah, and that penalty occurs right in front of the official, so that's an easy one for him. Take a look at the replay of what happened, as Griffin Hayes is going to be the one that gets taken down by a, I would call that a slew foot, quite frankly. So he gets taken down. McCrulis is going to go to the box, and York's going to go to the power play. Again, watch Spano here. Keep in mind, York likes to throw two guys in front of the net to screen. We'll see when that happens.
They win the face-off to get their power play started. Here's Brown, top of the circle, takes a shot. Deflects high up in the air and hits the ceiling.
Yeah, nice stick. Active stick by the Titans are going to keep them. This game knotted up at 2 if they're able to do that throughout the course of this penalty. You can see the step up right there by Vanderplug. Nice job there defensively.
Another face-off win for the York Dukes. Here's Spano with a shot. Couldn't find its way through some bodies in front, and it's cleared down the other way by the Titans. 12 minutes to go here in the third, tie game 2-2. York led 2-0 with goals from Keaton Nix and Jim Spano. Titans tied it up, Cosmeter and Pinto. As that's where we stand here with York still minute 20 on the power play. Pretzi down to Brown. Brown down low. Now back up high for Spano. He fires a shot, deflected wide. Pinto picks it up near side corner. They battle for it. 2-on-1 in favor of York, but the Titans get it free. They can't clear the zone. Spano, now Brown, back up to Spano. He shoots, save made by Thomas Preston, and Pinto will play it off the boards and out. Asher Vanderplug now, short-handed, will circle back into his own zone and kill some time. Anthony Pinto, back for Vanderplug. Giving up, Pretzi. Centered it, Hayes, backhand shot, wouldn't go, it got blocked right in front. Now a man's tripped up behind the net, no call there. York with another shot, short side, that one stopped. Rebound, also stopped by Preston, I believe. 23 seconds left on the man advantage. Pretzi up to Pacenti. Pacenti lets one rip, save made, rebound, oh what a save made by Thomas Preston, and the Titans will clear it out to neutral ice, keeping it a 2-2 game. And now a penalty called.
No, that's going to be offsides. The official had to call it because both of the linesmen missed it.
It's a good pickup by you, David.
But Dylan, we're going to take a look here at this. Glumberg South had an opportunity to clear the puck. Vanderplug did a great job killing time off the penalty. I didn't click the PTZ cam. But how about that save by Preston? We'll go ahead and click the PTZ cam too.
We'll look at it real quick before we get back to live action.
Glumberg South had the chance to clear it. Vanderplug gave it over to Pinto, and he decided not to ice it. That's why York Almost thought that was going to be a penalty, but that's why York was able to keep the puck in the zone, get that offensive zone chance. Also on the faceoff there, you saw Preston wasn't ready. Listen, the centerman's job is to be the one to make sure everyone on his team is ready before the puck drops. York almost scored a goal off of that. I didn't hit replay, but I'm sure the folks at home saw it on their camera. So Preston wasn't even ready. Titans need to be more aware of those situations.
Down to the final 10 minutes of regulation. Here's a backhand shot by Passion. Stopped by Preston and played out to the neutral zone. Winner of this game books their ticket to tomorrow morning at 9:10 a.m. for the O'Grady Tournament semifinals. Camposano behind the net, sends it right in front. Mendoza below the goal line.
Yeah, nice stick there by Mendoza. There was a York player all alone out in front that didn't hit the stick of Mendoza. York would have gone, probably put one in the back of the net there.
Now Camposano onside. Leaves it Passion, takes a shot, missed the net by a wide margin. Now back up to the left point, sent down low. Wrapped around the boards and picked up by Will Fagan near side. He plays it out to the neutral zone for Salerno, who fires it back down in. 9 minutes to go here, David. 2-2 game. We will play overtime and shootout if needed. Here to decide who is moving on to the next round. This is basically a quarterfinal here. For all intents and purposes. Ventura knocks it in. O'Leary pinned up into the boards by Tubuchanik. Still battling for possession of the puck, and Tubuchanik pulls it free. Centers it. Sokol didn't get a shot off, and it's taken back by York.
I would have liked to see Tubuchanik move that up to Luke Fagan. He was wide open at the point.
Now to Gembe over the line, leaves it looking for Sanfilippo, but it goes right to Sokol as the York player slammed into the near side boards. We do have a chat, Gerard. It says audio went out, I think.
That was 6 minutes ago.
Jack Muir leaving that comment. Please let us know if you can hear us at home in the chat. We would really appreciate your feedback, as we're not able to check that live during the game. Salerno sends it in. We're waiting for a chat to let us know our audio's fixed. Here's Vanderplug taking a shot. That one stopped by Periotti on the block, and it's cleared out to the neutral ice. Maurer brings it ahead as Mulvey to beat. Maurer can't get around Ryan Mulvey, the captain, standing tall defensively there. Now Periotti up to the left point, fires a shot, blocked. And Boris with a nice pass out to Jonah Weiss. He just missed it and has to chase it back down. Weiss nearly with a breakaway there. We hear you, says Daniel Fagan. Thank you very much for the input. Glad we could have you on the South Hockey Network here for this Saturday afternoon game between these two SHL rivals, Dylan Ward and David Ventura. And maybe some of you didn't want to drive in the snow. I don't blame you. We've had a blizzard all day here in Chicago. Now Kosmeter, right wing circle, takes a shot, blocked by Pacenti. Now to the far side corner, comes to the near side for Pinto. Anthony Pinto with a goal in this game, tied it up here in the third period alongside Owen Kosmeter for the Titans, with a power play goal in the second period. Owen Kosmeter backhands this one deep. Pretzi intercepts, and he can't clear the zone. Makrulis keeps it alive at the blue line, but now Chris Pretzi will bring it out. Pretzi back up to Pacenti, right point, fires a shot. Save made by Thomas Preston, keeping the game tied with under 6 minutes. We've had a long time without a whistle here, David. That neck guard's still out there.
Yeah, I don't understand. Now it's the puck hits it. I don't know why official hasn't picked it up yet.
Now wraparound try, puck sitting there in the blue paint and recovered safely by the Titans as they play it out to the neutral zone. Jack Muir says audio's back. Thank you very much, Jack.
Let him. All right, there you go.
You ever play with Jack Muir, David?
I was on JV. He was on varsity.
Gotcha. Brown leaves it. What a pass. Passion missed the net high. Wow.
I did have a math class with him, though.
Okay. Which class?
I forget.
Sounds
it was
good.
a math class.
Well, if he was a year older than you, David, were you in an advanced class or was he a little lower than you?
You know, I don't remember all that much. I just know that we were in the same class.
Gotcha. All right, we're getting to crunch time here at Centennial Ice Rink. Titans 2, Dukes 2. And the Titans will ice it down here with 4:40 to go in period number 3. Shots on goal, 28-12 in favor of York, and 10-1 York in this third period.
Yeah, Dylan.
Titans have scored in their only shot.
Quite frankly, GBS has 3 guys injured. Important guys on the ice, too. And kind of seeing that the stamina of these boys are draining just a little bit.
Titans looking to advance to the semifinals of the O'Grady tournament. This one's fired in by Piriotti. Mendoza below the goal line. Looking for an option, goes over to Ryan Mulvey, the captain. Jack Muir, former captain. Now out to Sokol. He's over the line, takes a shot. That one bounces in and turned away by Levi Brown. Now back up to the right point, Mendoza. He tried a shot, that gets blocked and goes down below the goal line. Sokol off the near boards, up to Mulvey. Mulvey fakes one, takes a shot now. Save made on their block made, rebound in the blue paint. They're trying to crash it. And the puck's still loose and finally blown dead by the official.
He's got to go to the box there. Mix. Keaton Mix. He just shoved him in the head. They're taking someone. I think Keaton Mix has got to go here.
Did you get a replay of it, David?
I was too busy telling them to call penalty as if they're listening to me. But he is going to go to the box. So Titans are going to go to the power play. And you got some York fans yelling when it was a clear penalty. Anyway, we proceed. Now one's booing, but it was a penalty. So let's go to this, the play. All the commotion out in front. You can see the puck doesn't find, oh.
Jack, by the way, says he was advanced. So very good for you there, David. I'm impressed with your academic skills right
capability.
there. Yeah.
Thank you. There's 2 York players in the box. I'm not sure if we got a 2 and 10 or whatnot.
Must have 2.
Oh, their helmets are.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Oh, actually, Hayes took his helmet off to try to get back in the play.
Look at this right
here.
here.
See if the replay caught it. The helmets are locked together. And Hayes actually took his helmet off. And not only did he take his helmet off, he figured out the problem very quickly there, too, so it worked.
By the way, Nix just only does get a 2-minute minor penalty for body checking, is what it goes in the books as.
Is that really what it was?
Yeah, that's what it says right here.
It was a cross-check.
Body checking.
Yeah, that's supposed to say cross-check.
Yeah, okay.
That's cross-checking.
But you know,
I don't care what that thing says. It was a cross-check.
The penalty boxes here at Centennial are just an extension of the bench, really. So maybe the second guy in the box is just someone talking to him.
Well, the benches aren't very big either, so.
All right, 3:40 to go. Titans with a power play goal already in this one. It was Owen Kosmeter who's on the ice now, but Fafinski backhands it out.
All right, Titans are going to have to enter the zone here. Watch what York does. They did this on the last couple of power play chances the Titans had. They're going to rush 2 guys, so we'll see if the Titans can enter the zone. You hear the York bench yelling. Now they got to dump the puck in.
Ryan Mulvey sends it deep. And while we have Jack Muir on the broadcast, I have a vivid memory of the Titans versus the York Dukes at the old Glenview Ice Center. I believe it was the last game of the regular season in 2019. And the Titans came back to force overtime, and Jack Muir had the game-tying goal. I believe it was 5-2 York in the third period. And that was a year that the Titans were just...
There it is, again.
And it's taken away by Fafinski. He's got a shorthanded breakaway. And a big save made by Thomas Preston. Has to come back to his blue paint now, and it's taken back the other way by the Titans. What a stop there by Preston. Now Kosmeter over the line. Leaves it for McCrulis, but taken away by Brown. Big collision there as Will Fagan lays the body right at the blue line against Brown. 36 seconds on the power play, 2.5 to go in the game. Big hit there by Luke Fagan, so both the Twins getting involved in the physical aspect of this one. Now this is sent all the way down, no icing. York shorthanded in the attacking zone. Spano takes a shot, stopped by Preston. I believe he got a piece.
A lot of commotion going on as of recently.
2-minute warning here in the third. 2-2 game here between the Titans and York Dukes.
And you would have thought the last couple of minutes was 5-on-5, but or the last minute or two was 5-on-5, but the Titans have been on the power play the whole time.
Weiss keeps it in, looks for Boris, but it's intercepted by Pretzi. Pretzi out to the neutral zone. Now Weiss taken away by Keaton Nix. Out of the box, has some fresh legs, Nix. Get around Graham Vanderplug, who was in his way there. Now Jonah Weiss. Pinto, who tied the game here in the third period. Given up to Nix at the blue line. Keaton Nix can't get around a couple Titan bodies. And Pinto will play it off the near boards and out to neutral ice. Jack Passion fires this one deep. David, we've got 1 minute remaining here in regulation. Piriotti will fire this one in. Preston makes the stop. Thought about playing it, but he will hang on after all.
The Titans can have a defensive zone draw here with 53.7 seconds left, so 54 seconds on your screen at home, folks, and York's going to have an offensive zone look.
53.7 seconds. We'll have 3-on-3 overtime and then a one-round sudden death shootout. Same exact rules as the SHL regular season if needed. Vanderplug now out to McCrulis. Teddy McCrulis over the line. He's down the left wing side, takes a backhand shot, hits the side of the net, and Levi Brown will cover that one up.
It's the side of the net there. I think some people in the building thought that puck went in the back of the net. McCrulis had a couple options there. Likes to go around, and that's one of those where that's probably not the best play. You would like to see Glenbrook South set something up in the offensive zone. You know, I don't know what the probability is, but scoring from the goal line is not something that is in your favor. Yes, I know Patrick Kane did it, but he was on his forehand, so.
Do we have any late regulation magic like we did last night against the Chicago North side? Sent into the zone by the Titans. Pretzi grabs it, plays it to Piriotti. Now Vanderplug tried to get it on net. Now McCrulis. Backhander to Vanderplug. Asher Vanderplug below the goal line. Up to Will Fagan. Now Ryan Mulvey let it slip past him as time expires here in period number 3. So, David, we're going to overtime here to decide who is going to the O'Grady Cup semifinals.
Yeah, Dylan, there was a couple chances there within the last 10 seconds for the Titans. There was 2 plays where pucks were bouncing over sticks. Now we're going to head to, is it overtime for 5 minutes?
Yeah, same rules as SHL. So we got 5 minutes of 3-on-3.
Oh, you did say that. I just wasn't
then a sudden death shootout. By the way, in case you're wondering, Loyola Gold and Fenwick, that game is over. Loyola wins 7-3, so they're going to the semifinals. So now we know 3 teams that will be competing in the Final Four of this tournament. That is New Trier Green, St. Ignatius, Loyola Gold, and then either York or Glenbrook South, whoever wins this game, David.
And we'll see who Evan Polikitis throws out there, and same thing with head coach Jim Philbin. It's always interesting, especially when it comes down to 3-on-3.
Same rules as SHL.
It is 5 minutes, and another thing to consider here is when you have an opportunity to change, Titans specifically need to do so. Don't want to be caught out there for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Something we've seen before, so make sure the Titans get quick changes. At the end of the day, it's 3-on-3. If you have one tired guy out there, it's almost like a power play for the other team.
And we switch sides, so period of the long change. The Titans so far this season have been to overtime on 2 occasions against Lake Forest and Glenbrook North this week. They lost both of those games in the extra session. They have not played in a shootout yet this season. As for York, They've got a lot of overtime losses on the season, but not many as of late.
Dylan, another thing to keep in mind if you're GBS here is York's got a lot of speed, and they're going to use that. So winning the faceoff here is going to be key, maintaining possession throughout the whole overtime frame. That's something that both teams know they need to do, is maintain possession of that puck. But if York's going to, if Glenbrook South gets caught too low, York's going to either go the other way, 2-on-1 or 2-on-0.
All right, Asher Vanderplug, Ryan Mulvey, Owen Cosmeter, your 3 for Jim Philbin alongside Jack Passion, Anthony Pacenti, and Lou Camposano for Evan Polakidis. Next goal wins the game. Next goal sends the winning team to the semifinals tomorrow morning. Pretzi down low. Brought back up by Vanderplug, looking to get down to the net. Cosmeter crashing, one hand on his stick, tried to cue ball that one in.
Yep.
But the other way it goes for York. They've got a 2-on-1. It's Camposano over to Passion, and he scores. And the Dukes take it in overtime, scoring less than 40 seconds in, and they're headed to the Final Four.
Yeah, Dylan, all started in the GBS offensive zone. We're a little bit of a rush pass there, especially considering we're in the overtime frame. York goes back the other way, 2-on-1, and how about that setup there?
So the York Dukes having one of their best seasons in a long time, and they're gonna punch their ticket to the O'Grady Cup semifinals tomorrow morning. We don't know exactly who's playing who. We'll have to figure that out based on the seeds, but we do know it will be New Trier Green, Loyola Gold, York, and St. Ignatius. And the Titans' streak without advancing to the semifinals since 2010 at this tournament will continue, David.
And the Titans are going to have to rest up. They got a game Wednesday against New Trier Green, and then they head down to James, not down, up, whatever you want to call it.
I'll call it up.
East to Jamestown.
Well, a great effort by the Titans here in this 2025 O'Grady tournament. Some big wins to bounce back from a tough one on Wednesday night. And, you know, David, sometimes you got to focus on the positives. If you look at Glenbrook South's last 4 games, including regular season, all competitions basically, they're without a regulation loss. They're 2-0-2, including the Glenbrook North game and this game here against the York Dukes. So, you know, this is kind of the part of the season that a lot of people will call the dog days. It's where your mental strength really gets tested, and you know, it's a lot of hockey and a lot of games in a short period of time. And like you said, the Titans will be going to Jamestown to play in another tournament next weekend. Regular season game against a lot of people might think is the #1 team in the state as it stands right now in New Trier Green. So, you know, for this Titans team, they're gonna have to bring their A game over the next couple weeks and pretty much give it all they've got, and then earn themselves a nice 1-2 weeks off.
He's got the camera on us, but he really zoomed in on the face there. Oh, wait. Everyone sees this. Good. He's on the goalie cams.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Now you got your face on there.
So that'll do it for our broadcast. Jason Weiss was on scoreboard today. That's Gerard Boris behind the camera, our video producer. David Ventura, Dylan Ward. David, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I don't have any final thoughts, Dylan.
No final thoughts.
No final thoughts.
Sounds good. Well, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and enjoyed what was 4 games in 4 days for the Glenbrook South Titans here on this Thanksgiving week stretch. And we will see you for the next one Wednesday night against New Trier Green. David will be going back to college and will not be there on Wednesday night, but David, very much so looking forward to you getting back on the call in mid-December when you come home for winter break. It was great to have you on these last couple days.
Well, thanks for having me, Dylan, and I'll be back December 14th. Miami's got a series the 12th and the 13th against Colorado College, so that'll be fun. They actually just won the Friendship Frozen Four, so I'll be in Oxford for that series doing sidelines, so if you want to tune into that one, more than welcome to. And then we'll see how the Titans do throughout December before the Christmas break starts.
All right, David, I just might. We'll see you next time on the South Hockey Network.